Nation, what is up? We're back in studio. Welcome to the Shirts and Skins podcast. I'm Matt Lamb. Mark Moss is here today.
I'm here.
And Brandon Miner is back.
Yes.
Back, baby.
Us three. Back together. First time in a while,
original
right?
3.
2 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. We missed 2 in a row. Yeah?
No?
No. Brett?
Dave was here.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
right. But just us 3 the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Mexico?
Mexico's great, dude. Mexico, pound for pound, best place to take a vacation.
Can you tell us what your spot, the spot you go to?
Yeah, so
You've
we
got a
go
place.
to a place called, also it's like a Palace Resorts, Moon Palace.
High roller.
Don't have to be high roller. It's like 3,200 for a family. I don't know why I'm doing that, but all food included. And then you just got to figure out the travel.
It's awesome.
And so, yeah, pound for pound, the best. So I don't like Hawaii anymore.
What?
Sorry.
I love Hawaii.
Hawaii's gone.
I don't like
What?
Hawaii anymore.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Expensive.
Why?
Too expensive. Too expensive.
Hey, we got a football game to talk about,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay. Anyway,
Guys, we
yeah.
are
Mexico's great.
We're Mountain West champions.
Dude, awesome.
Yeah.
How does
Good
that
game.
feel? Let that sink
don't
in a
know.
little bit.
It has sunk in.
It has?
Yeah.
And how does it feel?
Oh, it feels the same. Is it? I don't know. What do you want?
What do you mean?
What do you want me to feel?
It's the first time since 2019.
That's true.
You're not excited?
You know,
You're not...
I remember the Mountain West Championship game against Fresno in 2019.
Okay.
That was like an
We
intense
watched
game
it
to
in
be.
this room.
No, we didn't. We
Wasn't
were
that-
in.
Oh, no.
In
Okay.
stadium.
That was a different one we watched.
We were at the game. Yeah.
You probably watched the one they lost. The
You're talking about the one we lost, the field goal one? Or the extra
No.
point?
We won that one. Remember,
Okay, yeah,
It was against
we were
Fresno,
there.
and it was a tight
bad.
game, and there
Yeah.
were two good teams.
Yeah.
yes.
And we had lost to Fresno the week before, and it was, and
Yeah.
so part of it's like I don't respect UNLV, sorry, that much, but played great, loved it,
Yeah.
absolutely loved it. Gonna make some merch for Bush Hamden. Want him to run for president.
Yes.
He's my favorite.
Bush was
Bush
on
Hamden.
point.
Boise State or
Sure, whatever president, like neighborhood association, whatever you
homeowners
can make.
association?
I want him at the helm because, dude, he was amazing. Like Bush Hamden all year has been great. But anyway, I have a ton of thoughts on how I feel about the team at whatever point we want to talk about that. But yeah, it's cool. It was great. It was cool. Unexpected.
You know what? I don't think there was a point in time when winning a conference championship was like what you just said. Blah. Okay.
well,
whatever.
like the whack.
yeah.
Yeah.
And early part of when it was like 3 out of 4 years, we were winning. And
Did the whack have conference championships?
no, they
Or
didn't have
was just
championship games.
Right.
Neither did Mount West for a little while. They had split for a little while. I remember we split it with Nevada one year.
Shared.
But anyways, what I'm getting at is this one feels good because it's been 4
while.
years, and
Well,
we've
look at
lost
the-
2
look at the
championship games in a
season.
row, and the season. But it just feels way better than I can ever remember because of the season, because it's been a while. Because I mean, if you go online or whatever, the rest of the Mountain West hates us as far as the fans and everyone.
You have
And just
to
to
hate
be
us.
like, yeah, and I get it, but to be like, no, we're still in charge.
Why did Craig Thompson hand over the
It
trophy?
was awesome.
Why did Craig
He's
Thompson?
not the
They
commissioner.
Why would he do that?
Because they named it after him. So the first year, the trophy is called the Craig Thompson whatever trophy, Mountain West Champion trophy.
Yeah.
So they gave him the chance to do it one more
Did you see
time.
the guy on Twitter? Like, I can't believe they named Craig Thompson after a trophy.
I did not
It
see
shouldn't
that.
go the other way around.
I didn't see that, but it feels good.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, good for them and great. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of storylines there.
Yeah.
Taylor Green, redemption, right?
Yeah. His best game of his career,
Going back to the
I would
beginning of
say.
the season, he wasn't supposed to
Probably.
be here.
Probably.
Well, beginning of the season, he was supposed to be here.
Well,
he was
3 games in,
Correct.
we wrote him off, right?
Yeah. A lot of
Well,
people
he
did.
wrote- he
his
wrote him
coach,
off.
his
Okay.
coaching
Come
staff
on.
wrote him off.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of played out.
Like-
yeah.
But
Yeah. We were just following their lead, basically.
I just wonder, I mean, if you're talking about a team, I just wonder why the drastic change, because every episode we were doing for like 7 or 8 episodes, it was, man, this team doesn't have like any emotion or any heart or any fight or anything. Where's the explosive plays? The defense is a joke. And last night,
we got
all of it.
we had explosive plays. We had high scoring, a half, like 31 points in the
Yep.
first half. Big plays, deep, running, passing. And the defense only gave up like 7 points in the first half.
No,
because there was a pick
31-17. Yeah.
Well,
correct.
okay,
They
10
gave up
points. 10
Yep.
points. And so, and they were doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I don't know how good UNLV is, but they have a better record than we do. They did better this season than we did against teams we played.
But, yeah, we talked this earlier this season about the magic being gone. You go to Las Vegas, I think you find a little bit of that magic back. Of all places.
But
right?
why? Why is it?
It was a familiar feeling. I don't know. That was the team I think we expected to see this year.
Totally,
right?
100%.
It felt like
Totally.
Yeah. So why?
Why could
we won
Talon?
4 in a row now? So it's not like
Okay.
this was out of nowhere, but that was the most complete. And one of those, let's be honest, one of those blowout wins, Avalos was still on the sideline.
Yeah,
So it wasn't like it was completely after he left. I don't know. I cannot answer why the big change, other than the obvious. I mean, other than the one that people are pushing with, Avalos is gone, and there's a weight lifted off the kids' shoulders, and they played more freely, and maybe that's all true. Maybe that's it.
Because
I don't know.
You hear things that Avalos was a micromanager.
Yeah.
Like I've heard that. I don't know how true that is at all.
Did you ask Philip?
No, I didn't. Okay, I didn't.
That's a
but it's like,
reference to Andy's father,
Andy's dad. But
his post on Facebook.
But maybe that was it. But Talon hit. I mean, he threw that one to Strawn that was a PI, the very first deep one.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was the first deep one. It was not a catchable ball.
right,
And
and
then
they called it
every
PI.
other deep one that he threw was on the target.
Even
I
the
mean,
one to
Bowens
Holani.
and
Holani
Holani, right?
dropped the 60-yard touchdown.
And so it's like, but I don't know if the thing I worry about a little bit is Talon next year if he doesn't have Genty and Holani, who basically can control a game with the offensive line we have in the Mountain West. I'm not saying a Power 5, but man, like he's and most quarterbacks can be incredible with 2 incredible running backs behind him, but he can run. He was hitting people. He was hitting them across the middle. He was throwing deep balls. He was
across the, like everyone said all year, across the middle. And his pick was bad. His pick was bad.
His pick was bad.
But he hit several big-time third-down conversions in the third quarter.
The throw when he's going off his back foot and he just wings it over the middle
in between 5 guys.
to Billy,
hits Bowens, and it's when he's throwing that, you're like, dude, this is not good. Don't throw it.
We talked about we need to polish off that pick 6, a couple bad picks last week and whatever. But he's got, and that's what everyone has seen from last year. He has some really nice talent, and things. And if you can just keep coaching him up a little bit, he can be that all-league type of quarterback, I think. But your point. Next year, no Holani, probably no Genty. Where's he look? How's it look? I don't know. That's an interesting storyline.
Brandon,
for sure.
I want you to go off on Bush Hamden, his play calling.
Dude, Bush Hamden's
yesterday.
incredible. The thing I've loved about Bush Hamden, first of all, the man is beautiful. Okay,
You like
looks wise.
Like the
very attractive.
one haircut.
Tall, very attractive.
A season.
Yeah, coif type of a guy. Okay, quiet.
Just tighten it up a little bit.
He's just like good looking,
Good
man.
lettuce.
Yeah. He's got firm muscles. I mean, really good.
How do you know he's a firm?
I look at him a lot. Look, I imagine that he's very sculpted. Here's the deal.
He's gonna get Hamden merch.
I would buy Hamden merch right now.
Campaign for him.
I would
for
100%. Yes, I would be on the campaign staff because I believe, baby. And the thing, we need consistency on offensive coordinator.
Back when people said George Bush is not our president, Bush is not our president. Did you see those shirts? They didn't stand for him. They said Bush is not my president or whatever.
Get out.
This Bush is your president.
Yeah, he's everybody's president. Look, the thing that I've loved about Bush is this. He doesn't do what the defense expects him to do. And that sounds so stupid, but all BSU fans can relate to the fact that we would literally run an RPO up the middle for the first down and second down and then have 3rd and 8.
Yeah.
And then so you come into these games where the head coach Avalos would say, well, look, we got to run to win. And everybody would be looking for the run, and he'd throw it. And so he calls a really good game where they mix it up, and how many players caught the ball yesterday?
A lot.
How many players got to run with the ball? And then
I like the new tight end.
Louder, baby.
Louder's
going to be
good.
big for us,
catching.
man.
But he got it for Strawn, he got it for Bowens,
Yep.
he got it for Bolt, he got it
Bolt.
for Holani and Genty, and he got it for Riley Smith on the screen. I mean, he got it to a lot of guys. And so goal line, consistent drives, keeping the chains at like 3rd and short. I mean,
Third and long was when that, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we were very That said, third quarter, TG did have, I think, 3 third down conversions that were big.
Yeah. And you know, they wanted to slow it down in the second half.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
And Holani missed that deep.
Yeah.
So I honestly, and look at what I was asking for early on. We're not going to be good unless we can score 40 points a game.
Boom.
And we're doing that. High 30s, low 40s. The last, it really, most of the season.
We didn't hit 31 in the last games. We hit 27, right?
Right, at the Air Force game, yeah.
And the only game our offense was a big problem, UCF. That was the only game we didn't score enough points to like
we're just forgetting
legitimately
about UW,
win.
right? We're just,
we're going to lose that
because they're in the playoff.
We're going to lose that game no matter what.
Yeah.
But and we did okay on offense, but we're nowhere near the team we were then. But Hamden, if we lose him, if we lose the consistency at offensive coordinator, starting there, I don't know what guys we're going to lose. That's a tough blow, man. Like, he needs to stay. Like, I think he called an incredible game.
He did.
And the worry is so many coaches watch these games and they're like, ooh, I could use that offensive coordinator on my staff. You know, like that happened. That's happened. Drinkowitz happened to, who was the guy that went to Arizona State? Holt or Hall? No, who was the offensive coordinator?
I know Hill.
Zach Hill. Yeah, I mean, it happens to a lot of these guys.
The interesting thing about him, which just gets, when Avalos got fired, throws everything out the door because he doesn't even have a contract, but he was a quarterback's coach and then he was an offensive coordinator from Missouri, and then he was given the play calling duties at the end of last year. He was making $150,000 more. He took a pay cut to come to Boise. So on one hand, it's like, well, I don't think he's like just looking to leave, but then everything's thrown up in the air with the head coach gone. My guess is, and we've heard Bush say that he wants to be head coach. My thought or my feeling was he likes Boise, 1. But 2, my thought is he came here thinking he'd work for Avalos for 3 to 5 years. And then Avalos was going to, just like every other Boise State coach in the last 4 or 5, he'd get a bigger job and Bush would be first in line for the job. That's why he came to Boise State, in my opinion. That's totally opinion, but it makes sense, right? Now with someone else coming in that could be cleaning house or Danielson getting the job, where does that play into Bush's plans on being here?
That's easy. That's easy for me because I think Bush, in his mind with his family, I don't know his family, but I'm sure they're beautiful. Certainly better looking than me.
No doubt about that.
Yeah. No question on that.
Yeah, just keep going. We're not going to complain. We're not going to argue.
Basically, calendar like. Here's the deal. They assumed 3 to 5 years.
Family calendar.
Great looking family. I'm sure live in a gated community.
Have no idea.
Good bloodline. Probably.
Good genetics.
Good genetics.
Yeah, good breeding. All that stuff. Here's the deal. They live in a gated community.
Most likely.
I'm sure they do.
Top of a hill somewhere.
Yeah. Here's the deal. I'm sure they committed to like 3 to 5 years. Whether or not it worked out or not, and they said, okay, whatever happens with the head coach.
In their mind, they committed.
Yeah, we want to be here for that long. Okay, so whatever happens with the coach happens. Whatever opportunities show up. But a new head coach, whether that's Danielson or somebody else, could come in and say, look, you don't know. If you continue to have success like you did this year, you're going to have head coach opportunities every single year. They look at success. 100%. And so he can get that here versus...
He can.
Yeah. And who says you go to a college or a different school that has more, I don't know, say? Like Hamden should have all the say over the offense. See, he may go to a different school and be the co-offensive coordinator, do whatever, and not like it, and not like the city, not like state, whatever. But he can have all of the opportunities here that he could have anywhere else.
If you're coaching at Boise State, you're in an incubator, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like you're gonna be offensive coordinator. You're gonna be whatever it is. It's a stepping stone. It's a launch pad. So the opportunities are going to come if you're coaching.
I don't.
The
see
question
that
though is that, and I don't know if we're diving into the coaching search yet, but to finish the Bush Hamden point is he may not even have the choice. It may not be his choice.
For what?
If they hire somebody else,
they keep him.
I would love to. I hope so.
There's no way they don't keep him. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I hope so. No, I'm not like disagreeing. I'm just saying it's possible that they hire someone that we haven't talked about yet, and they bring in. Yeah, by the time people are listening to this, they may have hired a coach, so I don't want to go too far down.
They can't bring in
Okay,
Plow.
are we going
He's
there?
The head coach.
Oh.
No.
Who?
Listen, Plow. He's already
Dude,
a
he's
head
already
coach.
taken,
Matt,
man.
all right, hold on. I'm muting Matt.
No.
You're muted.
I said no.
I really like Plow.
You can't do
really
that.
like Plow.
No, you can't do that, dude.
Dude, Plow. Now,
That hurt
with
us.
Avalos getting fired and stuff, and then Plow gets a head coaching job, it's kind of like,
Don't.
You're in timeout.
Who
Who was the problem there? right?
No, Plow was a problem.
Yeah.
Actually, dude, our offensive line is like the best offensive line ever.
Dude, they were awesome.
And they haven't changed.
Awesome.
They haven't changed since Bachmeier.
No.
They're
It's the same. Well, they've gotten older and bigger, but
I know.
yeah.
But
more
still,
experience.
like, we couldn't run or pass defend with Bach.
no, it's crazy. That
Hey,
part is crazy.
Can I make a couple of apologies?
These can maybe be joint apologies if you're going to talk about a couple people, Tubes
Oh.
and Bowens. But go
I
ahead.
want-
Oh,
there we go.
yes.
I want
Sorry.
to apologize to
Steal your
Alexander
thunder.
Tubner.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
dogged him.
We
Yeah,
all owe
early
him an
on.
apology.
Homie was smacking fools last night.
Dude, for multiple games now.
Dude,
He looked great.
he's
He looked like
flying
an
around.
all-league. Dude, he wants
was
to
an
hit
all-league
people.
player.
Honorable mention, I
But
think.
no, he was second team.
No, he wasn't. Tubes was not
Hold on,
second team.
hold on.
Tubes was not second
Tubes,
team.
I'm
Hold
sorry.
on.
Either way, you can find that.
Find it. We apologize. Mark, are you with
100%.
me?
He did struggle earlier in the
Yeah.
year, but dude, the kid plays so hard.
So hard.
But he looked great.
He's
He
flying
wants
around,
to hit
too.
guys. He
Every
looks
play.
for it. I love it.
How many guys on our team were all Mountain West in any way, shape, or form?
There was like 3 or 4 first teamers and 3 or 4 second teamers.
Okay.
And then some honorable mentions, which honorable mention just means that one person voted for you. It's hard
Okay,
to
but
like-
not everybody got a vote. That's what I'm saying. Here's
True.
the deal.
Tubes was not a second teamer, dude.
Okay, well, let me look it up before
Who else
you
were you
throw
going to
me.
apologize to? Bowens?
Bowens, yeah. He had a great game.
Yeah.
And he played good. down
Tubner was
stretch
all
again.
Tubner was okay, but
Honorable
only
mention,
4
right?
guys got honorable mention.
Okay.
Honorable
Honorable.
mention. And Tubner was one of them.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
which means something that
Yeah.
the other coaches
No.
felt enough to say, hey, he had a vote.
Yeah, he great game yesterday.
Good job, Tubes.
Dude,
Man, we
Tubes.
slammed him.
Yeah.
hard.
Dude, we did.
Okay, but in our defense,
The secondary was bad.
The
It
first
was
5
really
games,
bad for a while.
and all of a sudden they're better? Like, why are they better right
don't
now?
know.
Why are they better?
More
New
pressure
Mexico,
on the quarterback.
New Mexico, or Utah State, Air Force, and UNLV.
Yeah.
They've
I don't
played well. Like,
Yeah.
where is
they
that?
played fine.
Why?
Totally fine. Like, totally you could I have no idea.
Why?
I don't know if that's just the philosophy. I mean, Danielson was the DC, but how much was I don't know. But we got pressure on the quarterback for the last month.
With like 3 or 4 guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hassanin's a beast. Dude,
He's
that guy
good. Yeah,
is a
he's good.
beast. Talk about bloodlines, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he had a bunch of guys.
The guy's Egyptian.
Throw him in. Here's
Like
the deal,
that
too.
guy.
You know what else? What I loved about this game? The last couple games. Okay.
that?
Here's something I couldn't stand about the prior coach, who I'm sure is a
Cover
nice
your
guy.
ears, Philip.
Phil's son.
Phil Son. I'm sure is a really nice guy, a good
Yes.
coordinator, all that, a good coach, all that stuff. But here's the deal. Man, I wanted to see some fire from that coach or a coach.
dude.
And you
We
could
begged
see
for it.
that with Spencer Danielson. Do you remember at the TV? And I don't know if everybody saw it, but at the start of the 4th quarter, he
Yeah, I saw it.
he grouped
Gathered
everybody
the team.
up and he was fiery.
Oh, yeah.
And man, dude, that's inspiring.
So
for
much
me.
fire, it took 2 Gatorade baths to put him out.
pretty much, dude. But that's what you want to.
But they-
That's what I wanted to see, and you can't superimpose that on anybody. They have to be
No.
themselves,
Yeah,
and
they
it
do.
just and there are some coaches that are not like that and still have success.
Yep.
Totally understand that.
Yep.
But I love seeing that, and it's such a change. It's like get them going, get them fired up, because good or bad things would happen, and it was the same picture.
Yeah,
there. Like,
it's always the
I
same.
don't know.
Did you have more apologies? Because I had one.
Alexander Tubner, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Tubner
You-
and
Billy
Bowens,
Bowens.
right? Yeah. Any more?
for it.
Oh, just Billy. I mean, Billy.
Oh, okay.
Just 6-year guy. He's here forever. Good company man. Struggled a little bit, and a lot of people wanted him. A lot of people wanted him to ride the bench, and he stepped up big. So, props to him. Great career,
I want to give props to Andrew Simpson.
dude.
Yeah,
Simpson
yeah.
went clubbing last night.
Dude, he was clubbing.
That pick stretching out from a. So I played.
Sweet, dude.
I played. I
You had a
played.
cast.
I had a cast my whole senior year. It was. Oh man, it was
It
frustrating.
wasn't a full club, but you had a cast.
It was a club. I couldn't.
Okay.
I could only bend my finger, like
No
the top part of my
dexterity,
fingers. Yeah.
limited.
And you have to trap the ball against the cast with your hand. It is hard. It's very difficult. And to do that at the full speed of a college football game, incredibly difficult. So
He's
and
a beast.
He's made a lot of really good
He's
plays.
a beast. He's one. Watch, keep your eyes
Well,
on.
on a no-name defense that we had
Going
this year.
forward as far as being on our team, being all league type guy,
Well,
right?
yeah, I'm just
Hopefully.
saying we really did have a no-name defense at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And there's some names that have emerged.
Hassanin,
Hassanin,
him. No Triani is going to be
Triani,
huge
Virgin.
next year.
Yeah,
Virgin.
I think
Yes.
there's a few.
And
even-
Benefield.
Benefield McCoy had a decent
Dude,
job. Yeah.
we got some guys.
so
They
that have
really
made plays.
emerged.
That have made plays.
Yeah.
I also want to say I agree with Mike Sanford. We're spoiled. We just got spoiled with a Mountain West championship when we shouldn't have gotten it, right? We were supposed to win that game.
Why?
Beginning of the year we were supposed to.
Look. We should have beaten Colorado State.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Okay, we should have done a few things, and they should have done a few things. So I don't have any spoiled. Like, we won enough games to get in. It was stupid. It was stupid that we won, but we totally won. And other teams could have won.
This was a team that our talent. That the team that we've seen the last few weeks, that's the team that we should have seen. We said that already.
Yeah.
I don't think we didn't back our way into it, and that was just a mauling. That was a beatdown.
And
if we didn't put our, and it was smart the way they called the second half. It was smart. You're up 3 scores. But if we would have kept, we could have scored 60.
And I mean, not to harp on Helani again, but if he catches that, we're in the 50s.
Yeah.
And dude, why did they pull their starting quarterback?
Yeah, I don't.
Why
he
did they
didn't
do
play
that?
I mean, that pick, but what? Yeah, he's a freshman.
He looked defeated on the sideline, but why did they do that?
I wouldn't. That
was
seemed
odd.
Dude, can we and maybe? I mean, I hate to be the one to bring it up, and I don't mean to be the negative guy, but can we talk about? Maybe just because it was maybe the last time we're going to see him. Ashton Genty was a freaking beast.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
it was amazing, man.
But that's what he does.
That's what he does,
dude.
On a big, it was huge.
On that one score, he crossed the goal line,
and he turned into the
Rams. Just like
so awesome.
He had basically already scored.
So
He's like,
awesome.
I'm still gonna hit people.
So awesome. Yeah. What are the odds he stays?
I don't think very
less
high.
than 5% chance.
I don't know. I just want to know, like, what is the mechanism for, does he enter his name into the portal and then Boise State comes to him, our collective, and says, all right, we scrounged up $100K or whatever, and we want, or is that conversation, I would hope that conversation is happening today.
Hey, breaking news.
What's that?
Tweeted by Boise State football. Welcome the 12th head coach in Boise State history, Spencer Danielson.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Right now.
He did it.
Are you
It's
serious?
official. Yep. Done
Wow.
deal.
Okay.
Done
Live.
Live.
Congratulations, man. To him.
Yeah, we were worried about the timing of this podcast.
We were.
For him.
We didn't want to come out before.
Yeah.
It happens in the middle.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the pod.
Okay,
Awesome.
so we keep Bush Hamden.
Dude, we better keep Bush Hamden.
Yeah.
That's
Give him a
good.
raise. Do whatever you have to keep Bush
Who's
Hamden.
the defensive coordinator?
I don't care. Keep Bush.
Another defensive head coach.
I don't care.
But he's fiery, man. He's super fiery. You know what can I give my initial reaction?
I'm glad you looked at that.
Can I give you my initial reaction?
Yes.
So
Okay.
Brandon's
I'm excited.
brother Jeff broke it.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that.
Thanks,
okay,
Jeff
here's the
Miner.
deal. This is actually a smart move. I don't know what other people Dickey had that were accepting.
Right.
Okay. But this kind of gives Dickey a little bit of an out if Spencer doesn't work out, because he's riding a wave of emotion that everybody's happy.
Yep.
So I don't know who's going to be sad about this. I really don't. But in 2 years, if things are just atrocious or really bad, he could say, hey, gave him a chance.
Yep.
On a new head coach, we're riding a wave, want to see how it worked out. And so it gives him another opportunity to rebuild if we need to. But also, it gives the players what they want.
Yep.
It gives the fan base excitement as well and moving forward. I mean, building off some momentum.
Yeah. I think our initial
Win-win-win.
initial reaction was excitement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely,
If
this
we-
was the safe hire,
Yeah.
in my opinion. This was the safe hire, unless you had a Kellen Moore or Coach Peterson. That's the safe hire.
But Kellen Moore was almost
So we've talked to multiple people that Kellen was a legit candidate. So it's interesting to note, did we give it to Spencer Danielson and not Kellen Moore, or did Kellen Moore not want it? We won't know. We'll never know that. But that's
Based off of
interesting.
what's happening? Kellen Moore may be looking for something pretty soon, right?
Right.
I mean,
Chargers won today, 6-0.
They did win.
They did win,
beat
but he scored 6 points. He's the OC.
2-10. What's the?
Yeah,
I don't know.
2-10.
2-10 Patriots.
Anyway, so that's interesting. Just food for thought. I think this was a smart hire, the safe hire. And here's the biggest thing for me is that when they fired Andy Avalos, I honestly don't think that this is what he had in mind.
No.
But situations occurred. I will say this. The one thing that makes me a little bit, a little bit of question the whole situation is I saw something yesterday, and it was talking about the coaching salaries of the Mountain West, okay? And Boise State was in the 5th or 6th position, 4th, 5th, 6th position, okay? And Colorado State, UNLV, San Diego State, and someone else was ahead of them as far as the head coach and the assistant coaching salary. And what my initial thought to that was, when we were we're always talking about getting back to where we were, right? When we were dominating our conferences, the WAC days, early Mountain West, we were number one in that. We're no longer number one in that. And my question is, yes, we hired Spencer Danielson because the players want him and everything like that.
This is hurtful.
But
where you're going, this
did
is hurtful.
we hire him because we're still going to be 4th or 5th in that? And that's why I'm just throwing it out there. And if we were saying, hey, we're going to commit to this program to be the number one spending in the Mountain West, that would free us up to pay $3.5 million for a coach and get all these other coordinators. But we're not willing to do that. So now Spencer Danielson is the best option.
Well, so there's a couple things. I don't believe that.
Okay.
I believe
you don't
went
think
up.
that we could or we want to pay the highest in our conference, or that's not important?
I think we could have. I think if the right hire was there, I guess I have faith that Dickey's like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get the price that needs to be. But I also do believe, I mean, this hire really is a win-win-win because we're paying Avalos some money to get out of there.
Yeah.
And we're giving, and to Spencer Danielson's credit, he won his way into this job.
He did.
And if you're hiring a salesperson and you're giving him a trial run, I mean, he knocked it out of the park.
Yep.
3 wins, possibly 4th against decent competition.
Yeah.
I mean, the better Air Force was good.
Yep.
Not at the end of the season.
West
Championship.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what they want. It's a stated goal.
It's a stated goal. He did it. Oh,
did.
actually. Oh, wait, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I think also more than winning games, he won over players, right?
Yeah.
They love him.
He turned the ship around.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the other biggest thing to this hire, and then keep going, is that when Dickey fired Avalos, he mentioned in his release the upcoming 12-team playoff. And we have 2 years that for sure that we have access to that. And he talked about how important that was for the next coach. And I think part of that is that Danielson, like you just said, won over the players. If you hire anyone else, then all of a sudden there's more of a rebuild. And you're losing whatever you thought you had for next year, potentially. So I just think it's a safe hire and it's a good hire. I still think we'll lose some guys.
Do we think it was the hire? Was it target number one, or did we
never.
or plan
No,
A?
it wasn't. No, never.
I think when he fired Avalos, he said he had a short list. I don't think Danielson was even on the list 3 weeks ago. I really don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what's key to that, going to that 12-team playoff?
Yeah.
You know who's actually key?
Who?
Genty. Let me tell you why.
Stay Genty.
If Genty stays, a lot of people stay.
Yeah.
If Genty stays,
Taylor
our offense
stays.
is completely different because we're rebuilding in the backfield. If he does, because Breezy's not. So we've had an incredible amount of fortune at the running back position. You can go McNichols and then hold on. Like, you can go
Martin,
back. Yeah. Who was
Madison?
Madison. I mean, just
Gracious.
incredible.
Yes.
Just an abundance of riches, right? But that's not where we're at right now. I think Breezy is a good player, but he's not anywhere near Holani or Genty's status at all, right? But Genty stays. A number of people stay. We can build around that. We can go to the transfer portal. But otherwise, if he leaves, okay, now we're in question. Now we got to go out and get somebody to make an instant impact. And Genty's legitimately good enough to keep us at a competition level, good enough to get into the playoffs. Because a good running game gets you so far.
Oh, I agree 100%. It's just like, oh man, what do we need to have the Horseshoe Collective guy on here?
Is that like are they really
so did you
doing
see
a lot of
they
money?
just made I didn't sign up yet. I'm going to. And it's like, why didn't we do this a year ago? But and I'm telling you guys about it, so you haven't seen it yet probably, but they kind of came out with this thing like, hey, you can become a member of the Horseshoe Collective and pay $100 or $500 or $1,000 or whatever to the collective. I'm assuming to help things, but they need to just be unabashed. Like, they just need to be like, we need to raise X dollars. Here's the, QR code. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they need to be doing.
Okay, but just for one player, though. That's the problem. That's the thing with the collective. It goes to a bunch of people, right?
No, it can go into this pot.
Who controls that?
it's a nonprofit that Joe Nickel or something. No, they can't be with the school, but they have some community, whatever. A guy that used to work from the school is in charge of the Horseshoe Collective. But they can take that money and they can give it to one person if they want. They can do whatever they want. Right. Yeah. We need to somehow.
Yeah. I think
there's no way we can pay him $1 million, but can we pay him $200K and say,
yes,
you can get to the NFL from here. You can do this from here.
I think we could.
But it needs to be happening now because the rest of the portal opens up tomorrow.
I think the problem is I legitimately think we could get one player, not the whole team, not the whole starting offensive lineman and defensive line, 200,000. I'm saying we could get one player 200,000.
Yeah.
But is that going to compete against somebody paying him 500 or 600 or $1 million? I mean, look at that Washington State quarterback that got 10 offers at $1 million. I mean, are you serious?
We can't equal it. But what you can do is you can say, hey, you're here, you're comfortable, you love it, we can win. There's other things that go in that pot, but we need to be it's just like any job, right? If you love your job, you love it, love it, love it. It's right. It's where you want to be, whatever. And a competitor comes, maybe your current job can't pay you that, but there's some other intangible things. I don't know, but do we know he loves it here? Do we know,
no.
He's from Texas. Does he? I mean, heck, if Texas comes, they're going to pay him 5 times more. Plus, he gets to go home, and his family doesn't have to drive 1,500 miles like they did for the Air Force game. You know what I mean? They drove.
Why did they drive?
Well, there you go, mate. I mean, honestly, like $1 million for this kid might.
Oh, I get it.
It's just hard.
Totally get it.
We may not even have a chance.
Why don't they have like a Patreon or like a GoFundMe for players? Like after the game, you're like,
why not?
Hey, if you want to send $5 to Ashton Genty, here's the
there
QR code.
There should have a
do
thing
it
in the stadium. The collective should be a QR code. It's just staying there that you scan and you can donate right there.
So is that something that
players
we can just start? I mean, like problem solving wise, is that something we should just start? Or does that have to come from the school? Or how does that work? Like,
that's the weird thing about NIL. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but
like if
the school can't be in charge of the NIL, there's this loose relationship.
Okay,
but there is. Go ahead.
I don't know. What if I'm just saying this? I don't know, but what if, like, let's just say it was us. I'm not saying it will be us. I'm not saying it's anything else.
The Shirts and Skins podcast.
Shirts and Skins podcast puts together like a Patreon type subscription based model. Like, let's say Genty or a certain player has subscribers.
Okay.
And we go to the school and say, advertise this during a game.
And we pay them for that?
No, we don't pay anything for that. We're just saying, look, this is a way for your players to earn money mid-game.
Yeah.
Where there's a QR code or there's a link.
I don't know.
Could they? Is that against
I don't
their
know.
rules?
I don't know.
I'm saying like,
there seems like there's no rules.
But it seems like that would be a smart way to do things. You've got 30,000 people there in the stands.
And they're excited. Genty just scored a touchdown.
They just spent like $80 at the concession stand.
Well, what if it was
$5 or whatever?
Yeah,
or just like ask for, instead of a tip, at the point of sale.
Yeah, have a thing.
Add
which
5,
player?
add whatever.
Which player?
Like the zoo. Like the zoo. It's like,
whatever,
do you want to?
Anything.
You know, at the
there's
zoo
a
they
zillion
have.
ways. There's a zillion ways they can make extra money for these kids.
At the zoo, they have like donate to this like penguin thing.
Species
Donate to
or
this. Dolphin thing.
Well, when they flip the iPad over to you and says, just gonna ask a couple questions. It's
but
like, hey, here's 4 players.
That won't make the lines any longer at all.
But what if it was a subscription based model?
Yeah,
because you're like, and that would even open it up to non-fans. Like you could say, hey, Genty has, 1 million subscribers outside of like just the local whatever.
It just seems like Boise State, like we had all year. We've known from early on this season that Genty was special. And I'm not trying to bash anyone, but I'm just like questioning, like, what have we done to be prepared for today?
Okay, well,
when the portal opens tomorrow, and hopefully we've been doing something, but I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough from the collective or from the school. I mean, we're 3 alums from Boise State, and we're not like poor. How much has anyone come to you guys and said, "Hey, we want you to donate to the collective. We want you to help"? I haven't given it,
Yeah,
maybe I'm not at that income level for them to even notice me.
No, we're probably not.
But I mean, like, seriously, if we're not getting asked and we're big-time supporters, who is getting asked?
You always get the alumni letter in the mail, though.
See, I guess I disagree. I disagree with that.
Okay.
I do. And the reason I disagree is because it's the Wild West right now, and it's up to groups or people or motivated people to just do that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, but I'm just saying, I don't put it on. I put it on more motivated individuals, and the more winning you have, the more motivated you are.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wasn't necessarily putting it on the school as much as I meant to say more this collective, because the collective's stated mission is to raise funds and connect these student athletes with local businesses to get like NIL opportunities and money. That was their stated mission but I just haven't seen them reach out to we all three of us own businesses.
Yeah, but
they've never reached out to any of us. We're Boise State alum.
In their defense, they've been trying, like on the public forums, like on Twitter, like they have all the collective, like, hey, buy these drinks or buy this stuff.
Last week,
Can I
for
say
the first time.
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Buy this stuff.
Mute him.
Do
Mute
them.
him.
Don't mute me. I said fine. Go ahead.
Keep talking over me.
I know it happens. I apologize every week for that. Go ahead. I'm quiet. Mute my A.
All right. Okay. So anyway, in their defense, they've been trying, but we've had bigger problems. And if this was a 10-2 team, or let's just say we won every game but Washington, this conversation would have happened 6 weeks ago.
I agree. You're right.
And we would be in an NY6, and there would be like huge momentum going that way towards Genty. But as it is, we've had a 4-game stretch. And look at the momentum that's starting.
Yeah.
A lot.
No, you're right. You're right. We were preoccupied for quite a bit of this season. Anyways.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where's your...
Are you a medical doctor? No. Can I ask you a question?
I'm still not a medical doctor.
Can I ask you a question? Which coach will get credited for winning the Mountain West,
Danielson.
in your opinion?
Are we asking Philip?
No, you.
Oh, me. Who will get credited? Danielson.
Who do you credit?
I credit Danielson. I mean, was Avalos the head coach for most of the season? Yeah.
10 games, right? Weren't we 5-5?
5-5.
When we beat New Mexico?
New Mexico.
No. Oh, yeah.
Or was it? Or
I have
was
thoughts
that
on this,
Utah
but I'll
State?
let, Go ahead.
No, that's my question. It's
Yeah.
like, who was the coach of the Mountain? Like,
It'll be under Spencer Danielson. It'll be his name.
Interim
but
head coach.
I will say this about Andy Avalos, and we've heard a lot of different things about him. I do feel bad for Andy Avalos. I don't disagree with the firing for one reason. The main reason is that he was here for 3 years, and really without Cutter, he was very mediocre. But I feel bad for him in the sense that a couple things. And the biggest one is that he was the coach of this team that had Ashton Genty and George Halani together for like a drive at Washington and I think a quarter against Wyoming. Otherwise, he never had that team to play with this year. You know what I mean? And that has been, I think the last few weeks, that is a difference maker big time. And what if George Halani and Ashton Genty were together against Memphis or against Colorado or any of these games where it's a couple points? Maybe he's still the coach. You know what I mean? Maybe it doesn't go toxic because they're not losing games. The reality,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And I'm just saying I feel bad for the guy. Just my human side of me feels bad for him because he loves Boise State. He wanted, and he got fired.
Here it comes.
And I just feel I feel bad for him. I'm not saying it wasn't deserved. I just feel bad for him.
I can see Brandon's phone from here and
Go
I
ahead,
know
man.
what's coming.
Can I read this from his dad?
Is this a confirmed? Probably.
I think it's from him.
I don't
Everyone
know.
was talking about it.
I don't know.
I don't know if anybody's going to pretend to be Andy Avalos' dad.
I think it's confirmed. I mean,
All right. Well, on December 2nd, which was when?
Yesterday.
Was that yesterday? Really?
Yeah.
Andy Avalos' father, so I guess 4 weeks after the firing, came out and said the following: I wanted to thank many friends for support, Andy and his family. He already has new offers rolling in. Great.
Good.
That's awesome. And I don't know how many people are bitter against Andy Avalos at all. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
bitter.
It's like, didn't work out. That's great. But
I
here's
think
where it went.
maybe you could find more people inside the building that were upset.
He's saying, look, this is his team, not Spencer's or anybody else's. That was why my question was. All right, okay. He put this young team together. I don't agree with that. It's not a young
3 years,
team.
bro. He had 3 years.
It's not a young team either. All they talked about yesterday was how veteran the team
they
was.
were.
Knowing the growing pains were going to happen, but that the kids would mature at some point. It sounds like they have. I'm not even going to comment on the process carried out by this low-class AD. Here's the interesting one. And his stooges that he planted in the football office and that joke BNN. What stooges did he plant?
I have no idea what.
Bedell and Riddle? Is that who he planted in with BNN? Did they rip on Andy Avalos?
They were so careful. Like Like Riddle got fired by Avalos. He never ripped him once. He was on BNN. He backed him. Like he was never critical of Avalos.
So why did Philip say they're stooges? Is that because Andy said that?
I think that was like a Lou Majors thing. I think that was someone in the football program.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
And then he's just said,
no,
read it again. Read it
no,
again.
no, but he said, okay, the low class athletic director and his stooges that he planted in the football facility and that joke BNN.
Yeah, I think that he just meant comma and also BNN as far as, I don't think he meant to say someone was planted at BNN. I really don't think. Bad pronunciation.
But shot across the bow at BNN for whatever reason.
Dude, BNN took us.
No reason. I don't get that.
Nothing at KTVB, nothing at JTUS, just
this is a total bad.
Yeah, he didn't reference shirts.
Come on. Dude, at least bring Jordan K into that mix.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, but why? That's a really bad look for Andy.
Not a good look.
Because it shows that the ADs that hire him or the coaches that hire him, look, we all get it. This career choice that you pick is performance, results based. And if at any time those things aren't aligned or matched up or happening, you're gone.
See ya.
Whether or not you're a good person or not doesn't mean the AD's bad. It doesn't mean anybody else is a bad person or that they've planted people
Stooges?
like
Conspiracy.
little bit of paranoia there. But it's like that doesn't mean any of that. And it means that Andy was talking to his dad about it.
If you're Andy Avalos, do you tell your dad, like, hey, delete it?
Even
Take
if
it down?
I would. No, you don't. At this point, it's up there. It doesn't matter anymore. But it's like, look, that's a bad look. Even if Andy never spoke to his dad about it, it's just a bad look.
It's a bad look. And you could totally have, hey, we've all, I don't know, most of us have been on the other end of, firings or things that didn't go our way or whatever. And there's always two sides to whatever story. And so for his dad to have that feeling, I don't fault him at all. I'm sure Andy feels like he got the short end of a stick because of whatever reason. No doubt about it. I'm sure that was really difficult. It should never be posted, and it is a bad look. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that that's going to have any impact on Andy Avalos getting a really high-level coordinator job as soon as he wants it. If I was him, I'd take the year off, travel, do whatever. Of course, he has kids in school and stuff, but he's got money. He's going to land on his feet.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I point out the funniest part for me from this post? He said, I've heard that his team is playing in the conference championship today. Like, where did you hear that?
How do you?
Like, are you living in a cave?
I think he's just trying to say, like, we're not paying attention.
Yeah,
we're boycotting.
Like,
we're boycotting the Broncos. But that's a tough look. But it's it's a tough deal, man. You stick up for your kid, but you just,
You wish Avalos the best,
I
obviously.
do, too.
You don't hate the guy. He's he gave, how much to the program while he was at Boise State as a player.
Didn't he was part of the what's that club that gives money?
Yeah. The Lyle Smith Society. He got tickets for kids to go to the game. Yeah. Like I think he's a good guy. It just goes to show that when winning cures a lot of things, and when you lose as a company, as a team, as a family, as a whatever, all the little things just start to gnaw at people. You know what I mean? Like, if they're winning all those close games, you think EMAC leaves, you think that players are disgruntled, you think any of that, it doesn't happen. And you lose a little bit, and then there's some bickering, and then there's this and that, and it explodes.
And it builds.
It does. Stooges. And it's just...
Stooges get planted.
It's just a natural progression.
Here's a question. Was a stooge planted at...
BNN?
No, Shirts and Skins here. Did we have a stooge? Maybe we need to go back to our guests and see what else
led
Brett
to the firing.
If Andalo,
I think that's giving way too much credit to BNN that he took part in Avalos' firing.
Dude,
does BJ deserve that credit?
Legitimately, he was the most positive until he got fired. He
never was negative about Andy. He was, that's ridiculous.
If Avalos beats Colorado State, did he get fired?
It's so hard. If he gets at least 2 of those wins, no way.
Yeah.
I just think it's a different vibe, and then whatever negativity that happened to fire Lou Major and then bring Lou Major back the next day and EMAC to leave, I don't think that stuff happens.
Dude, Talon allegedly called out Lou Major from the podium.
So
Did he really? That's what he said.
I didn't hear that.
Well,
I heard
no
about
audio.
it. Here's my question, though, and I don't... so he's from Louisville?
Lou is? Or Talon
Green is.
Yeah.
And I've seen him, like, on Twitter and stuff say, like, for the Lou. Like he'll say that,
so
and I wonder. I didn't hear the audio, but I'm wondering if he said something
misconstrued.
about the Lou. He's from Louisville,
And they're thinking
and
Lou
some
Major.
people are like Lou Major. He's calling out Lou Major. Maybe he was. I didn't hear it, but that came to my mind. That maybe
All of a sudden,
he is
Lou
nothing
Major's
to
a
do-
rallying point for whatever reason.
This guy we've never heard of is just like
Ben,
Taylor Green is loving on him. Maybe.
I don't know.
Can we talk about other news that happened this week?
Yeah.
Do we want to?
Hey, one stat real
hold
quick
on.
while
Before
you're pulling
you
that
move
up.
on, I
We
have
were-
it ready.
We talked about streaks, consecutive winning seasons on the
Yeah.
line.
Oh, yeah,
We
that's
did it.
right.
There was also the streak of 25 consecutive classes have won a championship at Boise State.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
significant.
That's a big
Huge.
deal. It was on the line
Huge.
last
Yeah.
night. If we don't
It
win
was.
that game,
Really?
that class missed out. It
Yeah.
would have ended.
Wow. If they were a 4-year
4, yeah.
class,
Yeah.
right?
That
But
was
these guys
a
were in
great
school for 6 years, so
That was a great performance.
it was awesome.
I mean, they did incredible.
Awesome. What's your news?
A coach was hired at a division rival this week.
San Diego State.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who'd they hire?
they hired Sean Lewis. Oh crap! I know where this is going.
Can I play a clip for you guys?
Oh, he has it.
I just want to play a clip. I think it's interesting.
Hey,
San Diego
Brandon
State.
keeps his receipts.
Taylor Green.
I just want to preface this
There's
to the
probably going to be
viewers.
some technical difficulties.
This is
No.
really painful.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you're going to hear multiple clips from our friend Mark Moss on every time I could hear him say a specific coach was going to get hired by a specific school. Every
You did
single one.
This is the most prep work you've ever done for this show. Let it be known. First of all. Secondly, before we hear this, I want to make sure that every other hot take that has been made needs to go back and clip
Well,
those up.
Bring it.
Okay?
Okay, do it then.
I'm not doing it.
There you go. There you go.
Darn it.
Do your
Here we
homework.
go.
Here we go.
If you are sensitive to graphic material or painful material,
Yeah.
you may want to mute this.
San Diego State. Taylor Green, who Brian Harsin recruited to Boise
Did he
State.
really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Signed with he's gonna go to San Diego State.
Okay. Mark this time. Mark it. If there's no hot punishment,
would've been a
then
great
this
hire
is it.
there.
Like if there's a hot punishment, no, you have to.
Can we just fast forward to
You
hot
have
punishment?
to know that there will come a consequence. That doesn't happen. Like you're calling that out.
That's pretty specific.
That's
man.
very
That's
specific.
too specific for a hot punishment.
San Diego
I just
State?
think that'll be a great spot for him.
Dude, San Diego
It'd be a great
State's
place.
fallen.
Just listen to me. Wouldn't Brian Harsin do great at San Diego State?
I agree with that
San
still.
Diego State,
If you're Brian
just didn't
Harsin, do
happen.
you want to be
I
in
would
San
love
Diego?
to. Absolutely. Dude, San Diego State should be
something
the
else.
Mountain West
Give me another
champion every year. He's not going to get a Power 5 job right off the bat.
music?
I like Harsin.
What is this music?
He's
It's
gonna be-
clown music.
He'll be a head coach next year.
It's clown
I think
music.
he's in the mix at Oregon
You're
State.
still talking on every
Oregon
episode.
State. I still
There you
think
go.
my name. I still think he'll be at San Diego State. I think he would be
This is a new
awesome
episode?
there. I would hate it, but for
Dude.
him, it'd be great.
That one I would take Harsin because I know, yes, you can do worse.
We
for
could
sure.
do worse than Harsin. We could do worse than Danielson. I don't think Harsin even gets an interview though. I'm still convinced he's going to be at San Diego State.
Not even a text from Dickie.
Yes. Probably not a text.
Not,
Not even a Christmas card. I can
I'm all-
see him
I like
being
rivalries.
super successful down there.
All right,
I
this
can
is
see
bad
him
radio
taking
here.
a liner and
Muting you.
Taylor Green
Get-
transferring.
I'm
San
still
Diego
going.
State. He recruited Taylor Green. They need a quarterback. You want to know who's the least risky hire that we could get? Brian Harsin.
Okay, let's talk about that. I want to talk about that.
I think he'll be this.
Will you let me talk about it?
He'll be the head coach of San Diego State. That's my guess.
Okay, you've already said that. You already said
Dude,
that.
how much time did it take you to go and listen to all this stuff? I had no idea that I said it like 4
Technology
different
these
times.
days.
I really wanted Brian Harsin at San Diego State, apparently. Holy cow. Wow.
We have a hot punishment for you. Actually, we have a cold punishment for
Cold
your
punishment
hot take.
For your hot take.
Time out.
You got my
Mark,
shorts?
How do you feel right now?
Like I'm about to get cold. You better have a towel.
We asked you to bring something, right, Mark?
I know, I forgot.
What did we ask you to bring?
Swim trunks?
We asked you to bring swim trunks. You did not bring them. We've got some here.
Right behind me, you can see a cold plunge.
Hold it in front of your face.
Yep,
We've got
okay.
flamingo.
We got flamingo pant shorts.
There you
okay?
go.
Those aren't bad. I like
they're not
those.
bad. Okay.
Chubbies?
Chubbies.
Nice.
Behind me, you can see a cold plunge. It took Matt Lamb and I well over an hour to put this cold
Oh, we
plunge
better
in.
There it
this
is.
then.
The polar pod.
There is no scenario in which Mark Moss does not get in this polar plunge for at least 5 minutes.
Huh?
5 minutes.
No one said anything about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, look, you need to do
I've
this.
never. So first off, okay.
You need to do
For
this.
the people
hey,
at home,
I'm honorable. I said it multiple
good.
times.
Matt Myers wanted this.
I'll nail it. So first, a couple things. One, I've never done a cold plunge. I know people like do these and they like get good at it. I have never done this, so this might be ugly. 2, there is a lot of hot punishments that both of you should be taking.
Okay.
And why I'm the first one, I have no idea.
We know why.
Don't start the clown music again.
I will
Brandon
if I
did
need
his
to.
homework.
I'm going to go back to a text.
Matt, you got to start doing homework for this guy. Come on.
I'm going to go back to a text
that you
do it. That you
I'll
sent.
do your homework if you pay me.
Here's the deal.
Yeah, get the shoes off.
Start changing. Here's it. You sent a text.
Get it going, Mark.
Sean Lewis, Mark Moss on Tuesday at 2:37. Sean Lewis will be the next coach at SDSU, not Harsin. I will accept my hot punishment with dignity and respect.
And that's what I'm doing.
Yes, you are.
That's what I'm doing.
And I said,
I totally forgot about it.
And I said,
what'd you say?
Bring your swimsuit.
I know. I forgot about that. We've had a lot of news, like the game and coaching, and I totally kind of forgot about it.
Yeah,
But
well,
I'm a man of my word.
You're going to be the second person in the history of the Shirts and Skins podcast to take their shirt off on the show.
Yeah, I didn't do. I haven't
We
been
have
in the
a
gym
camera.
for a few weeks. It's been bad.
We have a camera.
Tan.
Do you need to do
It's
some
not good.
push-ups real quick?
Yeah. Can I get a set of 50?
we have a camera set up for you. Okay.
We got a live look.
We have
at
a
the
live
Polar Pod.
view into
Dude,
the pod.
Dude, this prep work. I'm
Dude, this
impressed.
took us hours
I'm
yesterday.
We were
okay?
here last night.
What?
Yeah.
We were here last night. Wow. You're getting in that
I'm
tub.
proud of you. Oh,
and
I
here,
didn't say I wouldn't.
And Brandon and I will continue the show. While
we'll continue. As a note to our
change.
listeners, this is a cold plunge. It's not the coldest I could get it. Okay, I had to go buy ice and put ice in. It's cold, but it's not like super, super, super cold. It's just cold.
It's going to be a lot colder than I've ever done. We'll
Yes, it is. All right,
I'm
so
gonna go change.
Go change.
Frick.
He deserves this.
Yeah.
He deserves this. Mark deserves this. This is something that's important to us. I think it's important to the justice for our viewers. Besides one viewer that's not going to like this, Diane, Mark's mom. She's not going to like
Diane, if you're watching, are we sorry?
No.
No, we're not.
No,
apologies,
sorry.
Diane.
No. I mean,
but this is what your son did. Maybe you should have raised him better.
you know,
is that what we're saying?
Yeah. You know when people get better and you're sorry that they had to go through a hard time, but it's good.
It's good for
It's
them.
right.
It's character building.
That's the type of sorrow that I have.
Is this the refiner's fire for Mark? Like
no, it's kind of. I mean,
ice,
if the refiner's fire is like 45-degree water,
yeah,
sure. Not 45 degrees though. It's probably about 50, 55.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Mark's trying to pre-funk over there, or like get a little. Hold on just a second.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Get in here.
That's a live look at the cold plunge. There's Mark Moss.
with your face that way.
Face the wall.
Where's the camera?
It's right there on my phone.
How many minutes?
Oh, we're gonna do 5. Yeah, we're gonna do 5 minutes.
That's cold.
Good.
That's
That
really
was,
cold.
That was 6 bags of ice, which not a ton.
That's my question.
What do you mean it's safe? Yes, of course it's safe. Do you have good heart health? Give me a towel.
Do you need a life jacket?
Yeah. Look at this guy whining over here.
Dude.
There we go. Mark Moss.
Are you switching over to that view?
Yeah, it's on it.
Give me a camera. Give me a microphone at least.
Oh, yeah, we'll give you a microphone.
Wait, sitting here?
Yeah, you're just
Yeah,
sitting there.
you're just gonna sit.
We're
We're gonna look. Oh, there it is. There. Oh.
All right.
There it is.
Well, okay, all right. Let me get you a mic. Hold on.
Take your mic up. That might be easiest.
It'll be easier. Here we go.
We're getting set up. Mark Moss in the
Mark's mic is the long one.
cold plunge for a hot take.
Good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Good.
Do you have any regrets, Mark?
What?
Do you have any regrets about your your?
What it is, you win some, you lose some. You know what I mean? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Repeat that. I have ice bath before.
Mark,
my legs.
while the cold is on your mind, who do you think the next defensive coordinator is going to be for Boise State?
No more predictions.
No more. Mark is scared of predictions. Brandon, who do you think next defensive coordinator of Boise State's going to be?
We were going to. There was a time where we were going to eat tacos while we were doing.
Oh yeah, Brandon and I were supposed to be eating Costa Vida during this. You're doing great, Mark. You look good.
Can you grab this? It's freaking cold, dude. Although I'm kind of getting numb a little bit.
All right.
I'm going to electrocute myself in here.
It's all low voltage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't drop
Can
the
you
mic.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't drop the mic. Okay. I'm in. First hot punishment is very cold. I've never done this, man. This is cold.
You've never done a cold plunge?
No, never. I've heard,
Can you hear me?
health benefits and whatnot. We'll see.
Reduced inflammation. I think one of the best benefits of a cold plunge
Yeah.
is punishment, sort of paying for your sins. This
Yeah.
is important for our viewers.
Why?
Okay, that justice
A white,
is.
skinny guy in water? What are we talking about? How's this important for
I
anybody?
don't know. I wonder who Danielson does bring in. That is an interesting question. Because
I have no idea.
Does he promote somebody from the staff?
Somebody tweeted Gerald Alexander.
Ooh,
Dude, that would be sweet. Where
Hey,
is he right now?
I don't know.
Gerald.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. You know,
Let's talk about this first order if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I think I can go here. So Spencer Danielson, new head coach after the bowl
I'm
game.
not timing it.
I feel, you're not timing
don't
it?
have to time it.
Okay. I feel like he needs to make some hard decisions related to the staff.
Okay.
This view is
And
great.
what?
The view on the camera is great.
And I feel like dude, I can't think real good.
Breathe.
There's the one coach that needs to go. Okay.
Who?
What's his
Who needs to go? Who needs to go?
What's his
Mom, Colin.
What? Dude, freezing, dude. The corners coach, the corner and the special teams
Ione?
coach. He seems like what?
Oh.
Ione's good.
No, Ione's fine.
Oh.
The one that the cornerbacks coach. Dude, this is cold. I've never done this. I can't think. What is that guy's name? It's the guy with the mustache, the dark hair. He's kind of like,
He needs to go? Dude, that's messed up. Dude, you're gonna fire
dude,
him
he's
already?
the special teams were a mess this year.
Dude, Ferguson, Reynolds, and Dalmas?
Dude,
What do you
no, the
mean?
specialists were fine, but I don't know. What's the time? What's the time? This has to be close to 5 minutes. Matt, when did this start? Come on. Okay, put the timer on. 1 more minute, then I'm out of here. Okay, one more minute. Okay.
I mean, I guess Danielson didn't hire these guys. You know what I mean? So you got to pick your own staff.
Biggest thing is Bush has to stay, right? Is Bush now?
Dude,
here's
Bush
the
gets a
thing.
raise.
Bush got he got passed over. He said he wants the job, right? He wants a head coaching job. Do you think he feels slighted and he moves on because he's not the head
Oh, I
coach?
hope not, dude. You got to think Danielson's going to be like, Bush on Twitter was really, obviously everybody was really congratulatory yesterday, but he was congratulating Spencer Danielson,
Was he?
the group. Yeah, quite a bit.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm kind of numb now. I know I feel kind of fine.
Yeah, just kind of breathe through it. But that's been a minute. Yeah, so it's been 5
you're
minutes.
outta
So
here.
if you want,
You're good.
Okay.
all right.
All right.
All right. What do we got? Let me get the.
These are sweet shorts. Thank you.
We hit an all-time something. I don't know if it was an all-time low or all-time. You and I both cried. We shed some tears on the pod. And Mark will be back. Mark's going in the hall. So yeah, big news today. Spencer Danielson named the 12th head coach of Boise State football. I'm pumped about it. I really am. Brandon, you pumped?
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, the guy that brings that much energy. Look, if there's any coach that gets me as a fan excited and makes me feel like I want to play for them, that's a coach I want. I talked, if you want to go talk about past podcasts, I've talked about Dan Lanning. I know Oregon lost to Washington, But he's a guy that brings energy and a guy that I feel like I would bring back my cleats out of retirement and play for him, even though 7th grade at Eagle Middle was my last year.
Yeah, we'd play for any call.
But
at this point
Spencer
in our life,
Danielson is that guy for me.
I loved his coaching last game. I absolutely loved his coaching last game. I mean, he got the guys ready. They played their best game.
Yeah.
Against a team that had, what, 9-2 record?
Yeah. 9-3 going into the game.
So they lost to San Jose, Michigan, and us.
They had another loss, I thought.
Did they?
Going into it.
I don't know that they did.
Where's Mark with his stats?
Well, okay, that could be because they were 6-1. No, they lost to San Jose State, Michigan, and who else? They were 9-2.
Okay.
Right? Anyway, they had a good record.
Yeah.
They were hot. Typically the team that's like playing well, which I guess is Boise State. We were playing well of anybody, but well, how do you feel? Regenerated?
I'll be
lost.
be honest. I kind of feel good.
Oh, dude,
the body feels kind of good right now.
I love cold plunges.
I've never done that. Feels kind of good. I mean, after a little bit, like
Michigan?
like you kind of go numb. Feel good. I feel good right now. Like right now, I feel great.
Reduced inflammation.
Yeah.
Better circulation.
Yeah.
A kind of endorphin rush. Will Diane be upset that you did that at all?
Upset.
Upset that we punished you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You guys are off the Christmas list.
Okay.
You guys are off
No
everything.
Christmas card.
Forget about it. Forget it. You're done.
Well, maybe the burner account will come to your.
You're done.
Oh,
Hopefully
dude, we
it's
haven't
done.
heard from the burner
Dude,
account in a
he
while.
liked something that I tweeted the other day. He's still around, but he's been a little quieter.
Love the burner account.
For sure. Dude, whoever that is, we still you guys
don't know.
You guys don't know, right?
No.
That's so funny. That's awesome.
Well, I guess I'm excited for Spencer Danielson. I think he's done well. Can I vent for a second here?
I have one more topic I want to touch on.
Okay. Whenever you let me
Mark.
you let me know.
Let's go to Mark first.
Go to Mark.
Okay, I just with this whole, I'm super excited for the 12-team playoff starting next year. I mean, we all saw what happened today with Florida State and all that stuff, and I'm never gonna feel bad for a Power 5 team just because all the years that we got screwed. Now that you get a little taste of what we had to endure several times, but I will say this: Liberty got in with the 13-0 record.
And they didn't have a conference championship, right?
They did.
Or
they won the
did.
conference
That's
championship. Right. They got
Didn't
in
they play New
over
Mexico
Boise State,
State?
over everybody else, the other group of fives. They were the only undefeated team. I get it. They got in over SMU. SMU was 11-2, beat Tulane, a ranked team. They did lose to Oklahoma and TCU. Liberty, their strength of schedule was ranked as 133rd out of 133, which really kind of pissed. I mean, it's just like, I get the strength of schedule. Sometimes that was used against us, but they literally had the worst schedule possible. They didn't play a Power 5 team. They didn't go out of conference and try and prove themselves. Granted, obviously they're a good team. They won all their games, and that's hard to do. I don't care who you play, but to like reward that is just hard. Like, it's like, okay, so going forward, what should we do? Why are we playing Oregon and Oregon State and all these games? I mean, obviously we like those games and stuff. And I'm sure if SMU had one less loss, they would have got in head and shoulders over them. But I don't know. I really dislike the fact that they got in with that schedule. They didn't even come close to playing a good team. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is kind of, I don't love it, but it is what it is. I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Do you like the 4 teams that were picked for the playoff? Michigan,
Alabama,
Washington in for sure, right? That's a tough one, man, because Texas beat Alabama. I think Alabama over Georgia, I'm fine with.
Really?
I will say this.
Just because the championship?
I will say, yeah, because when they established the committee, they were told that conference championships weigh more than a regular game. Yeah. So they won the conference championship game, so therefore Alabama ahead of Georgia. But for Florida State to go 13-0 in that league, they beat 4 top 25 teams. They blew out Louisville, Louisville had averaged this many points and they held them to 6, and they averaged this many yards and they held them to less than half. To go 13-0 and not get in because your quarterback got hurt a few weeks ago.
If your quarterback is Jameis Winston, you're
sucks. Or the guy that got hurt.
Or the guy that got hurt.
And it's just, you feel for him, but at the same time, how many years did we just not get a chance? We were undefeated. UCF was undefeated a few times, didn't get a chance. Cincinnati finally got in after the second year in a row. So it sucks for them. And to be in a Power 5 league and not get in undefeated is crazy. But I'll tell you what, that's the system. The system sucked for a long time, and the committee got bailed out more years than not, where it was pretty easy. And thankfully, this is the last year of the system. I don't think going forward, 12 teams, you're not, I mean, who's going to argue between the 12th and the 13th team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the last big one that someone got screwed bad.
Yep.
I do think it's interesting that Florida State won't go down as a major debacle for the following reason. If Florida State beats Georgia,
AP number 1.
yeah, if Florida State beats Georgia, then there will be a few weeks of, oh, hey, that was kind of a bummer deal for them. But the majority of the press will be on the number 1, because they'll play that game, and then a week later they'll play the national championship game, and then the storyline will be the national championship game until the next year, which is the 12-team playoff, and that controversy will last a week.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Point.
And so the committee's just like, yeah, we're just going to do that. It's just
They had
is
a
what
tough
it is.
spot, and someone was getting screwed. Florida State got screwed.
And I kept thinking about that last night. It's like, okay, Alabama wins this. Florida State wins. Okay, you have Texas, Michigan, Washington. You have all these teams, and you're like, oh, 2 of them are not going to make it. So that's a bummer deal. I don't know. Yeah, but I totally agree with you. It's like, look, somebody gets screwed in this stupid setup, in this stupid system every single time.
So glad it's over.
And the New York Six Bowls anymore are kind of
they're big for teams like us.
Yeah.
But for teams like, and think about Oregon. They had a great year. They were 5th until they lost to Washington twice by 3. They're playing Liberty.
Yeah,
And they Fiesta Bowl. Like, are they excited?
No, and it used to be that people at least would all play in that game, but they may not even have like Bo Nix and their running back, and a bunch of those guys may not even play in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge letdown.
Bowl games are like,
how many guys won't play for us? I wonder.
Yeah.
Guys that say they're going to transfer won't play, obviously. So what are and we probably want to wrap it up, right? But what are predictions for Genty? Is Genty on the team next year?
Oh, great. Are we going to have to take cold plunge? Actually, they cold plunges. The odds are against us highly, right? The amount of money.
I think by the time we talk next week, he's in the portal. I mean, I don't want another freaking cold plunge, but you got to say something. I just think I would love him to stay. I hope he stays. And I think we have a decent shot, better than 5%. But ultimately, I wouldn't be shocked. And he's the one that I wouldn't blame. I mean, there's other guys like there's a lot of guys that are going to go in the portal probably. And I hope starters don't. That's the thing. You don't want your starters to go into the portal and transfer to Northwestern or Oregon State or some but a guy like Genty that's just like he could start in the SEC and make 7 figures, high 6, 7 figures. I wouldn't blame him. I would not be upset at him. I wouldn't blame him.
You don't blame EMAC though, do you?
I just think that was a mess. I think he's I don't know.
He regrets it.
Yeah, I think he probably, of course he regrets it. He said he always, but we'll see what he ends up making. He didn't sign anywhere yet, but
I'd say his stock went down after that.
I think absolutely it did. And I sort of do. I think guys like that aren't surefire, high number guys, I don't love that, especially during the season. I hate that. I hate that. Quitting on your team during the season, hate it. After the season, it's up to them. It's a free country. I like guys that stick it out, and hopefully a collective can be aggressive in keeping some of these guys here. But anyways.
Yeah, he's probably not on our team, but man, I hope he is.
I hope he is too. Awesome. Awesome game. Awesome weekend.
Brandon, what you got?
Oh, no, so this is just on so I'm going to throw on the music and just end with this, but here's the deal. We have a friend that we've talked about a couple times on the pod. His name's Nick. And I'm getting kind of tired of it because he texts me stuff that are like 5 days old. Last night he texted me, "Hey, did you see Dickie met with Kellen Moore?" And I'm just like, I can't emotionally go back to that place that I've already passed. It's like, dude, you gotta.
That was like from Monday, right?
I know.
They met Monday. He
and
texted
like,
you Saturday night.
But there was no picture of him with Kellen Moore.
There was like
right?
5 or 6
we don't know
news
for sure.
cycles that he's already passed that he brings me back into, and it's like, dude, Nick, you can't do that anymore.
Good buddy Trent Redden, GM of the
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
We went to middle school.
I
with
totally
him.
forgot
that was
about
kinda
Trent.
cool.
I'm like, who is that guy? I remember him
Yeah.
now. He was a good basketball player.
Football player, smart.
Crazy.
guy.
He's a GM of freaking
That's
Clippers.
insane.
Holy
He used to
cow,
work
man.
for the Cavs.
Good for him, man.
Scout.
Cool.
Hey, thanks for watching us. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, share the video with your buddies. Even if you only have 3 buddies, share it with them. We apologize to Johnny Mallory. We ran out of time. Couldn't get you on a day. Just kidding. Just joke.
One day.
Or BJ Rains. You know, we couldn't be tied to him because of all his.
Yeah, there's a
taking
lot of
down
negativity
Philip
there. We can't be
Avalos.
tied to a guy like that.
Just kidding.
Well, once he gets rid of the Stooges,
Yeah.
whoever those are,
just planted in the locker room.
That's funny. Next week.